But let's have a quick look at the opening of this piece. It's a wonderful piece by, of course, the French composer Cesar Franck, and we'll talk about it after we've seen this clip. Always lovely to see a performance at the Barbican Hall there, full to the bursting. Isn't that fantastic? It's such a strange hall, the Barbican Hall. Have you ever been there?
Never.
It's right in the middle of the financial district, and it's an interesting. Some would say ugly.
Oh, yeah.
From the outside. I mean, it's built in a certain time, but inside it's quite special because you get this feeling of who else has been on the stage. A lot of great people have performed on that stage, and it's the home of the London Symphony Orchestra. They also have another rehearsal space, which is just down the road, which is an old church called St. Luke's, which they converted. So it's amazing that they can do all of these community projects and these in St. Luke's, and that's in itself a fantastic venue. And they also have the Barbican, so they're right there in the sort of heart of the financial district in the east of London. But it's lovely to see it full. And the LSO deserve it. Yeah. Also, a part of that clip, my dear friend David Jackson, who was playing the cymbals so dramatically, letting them ring like this. I went to youth. Symphonic poem.
Yeah.
What is a symphonic poem?
Oh.
I'm asking you all the easy questions.
I feel like in the school now.
Yeah.
No, but I think it's an orchestral piece. It's not like a symphony with different movements. So we have just a single continuous movement which evokes the content of maybe a story, a poem,
right.
like the word is saying, or even a painting.
Right. So, I mean, it's when we're talking about that, so it was clearly obvious from that clip, you have French horns, that equals hunting. I mean, it's just as simple as that. It's painting a picture with music.
Yeah.
Right. It's a lovely piece. I just wish that more people would hear his music, because he had such a huge influence over the whole sort of French music, which I think is terrific.
I just know the Cesar Franck sonata for violin, which is played all the time, and it's
magnificent.
Really beautiful. Yeah.
Beethoven's third piano concerto, he wrote 5.
Yeah.
This one, he premiered himself.
Yeah. Amazing. But I think it was I think the score was not really finished. He just played it by his memory. Yeah. So
which is extraordinary when you think of it.
Yes, of course.
That people spend years studying a piece, and just because he wrote it doesn't necessarily mean that you can learn it. So, for instance, we've all played with composers who have no clue what they've written.
Yeah.
Especially conductor composers, that they're looking at the score and, oh my God, did I really write that? I mean, that happens all the time. But so the fact that Beethoven was able to do it by memory, I think again, it's just yet another reason why Beethoven...
Yeah. Third movement can be extremely playful, but there are also little kind of moments where you hear doubt, where you hear all these human emotions. And that's what I think makes music still stay alive and still modern and relevant. And I think it is our mission to keep it modern and keep it alive, and not try to, put it into a frame that is not time relevant.
Clearly somebody who really enjoys their job.
Oh, yes.
You know, the smile on the face, it makes such a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally. I think it's always better if you see what is the musician actually feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she was completely angry in that moment. I don't think so.
No, I hope not.
I hope not. Yeah.
Because I was sort of taken away with, you know, I have to say she's my kind of pianist where there is a show element. Whether it's natural or whether it's practiced, frankly, I don't care.
Yeah.
I like to see somebody enjoying themselves. My father used to say, "Son, I haven't paid £20 to come and see you have a bad day," and that sort of stuck with me as a child.
Mm-hmm.
Or I haven't, you know, we went to many concerts, jazz, classical, pop, theatre, and that was his thing. We would discuss afterwards, why am I paying money to see somebody have a bad day? Or, you know, that was amazing. Clearly they were having a good time. I dread to think how many times the London Symphony Orchestra have played that symphony. I mean, it must be hundreds.
For sure.
Since now, what I love about the beginning of this symphony is that it just starts. It's almost like it's in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it's just starting from the end of the third symphony and straight, you know, oh, by the way, I was just thinking about that, and then it starts again. There's no messing around, there's no big introduction, it's just straight in with this glorious theme. You see what I mean about, you know, Brahms has got it all. Just watching that clip alone, you can then go off, have your dinner, and still be whistling. Yeah. It's just great music.
Totally. It's also what I completely love about Brahms is, I mean, everybody from the musicians know what is a symphony. It's like an orchestral sonata, I think. But the most interesting thing is what happens in, I mean, if you have the first movement, you have the sonata form.
Yeah.
In Brahms, for example. But the most...
We should explain what sonata form is.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
But I'm going to get this wrong.
Me too.
So I would advise sonata form.
Look it up.
Look it up. It's because if we get it wrong, then we'll be severely punished by the lovely people out there. So anyway, it's a technical term for the way a movement is set up. So it starts with a theme and then goes back and recapitulation. And
yeah, let's.
It's a form.
Let's say it easy. We have like we have a theme like this. What you have spoken now. And what Brahms is doing with these themes in the development, so means like he develops the themes which he is presenting in the beginning. This I find very artistic, and his instrumentation, his where does he put the, how does he develop the themes, in which instruments, and all this kind of stuff. And this I find so interesting, and it warms my heart if I'm sitting in the orchestra and in playing it a lot of times and then recognizing, oh, this I played and this is now in the basses or in the woodwinds. And also in the violin concerto, which I'm playing now, you always figure out some stuff. Oh, the oboe is playing this theme. I heard this actually before, and to explore this is really amazing. And and that's brilliant what he's doing.
I think that's the beauty of this music, isn't it? That you can go back and listen to it again and again and again. I've played it. This is literally dozens and dozens of times.